Hey, what is up, everybody? Magical Memories Travel, and we are back. And tonight we are at Halloween Horror Nights 2024. That's right, the time is upon us to get spooky. I am so very excited to check out all the houses, all the scare zones, the food, and nightmare fuel. If you guys want to check out more adventures, please make sure to follow me at magical.memories.travel on all social medias. Let's get to it. First order of business is checking out the scare zones during the day and then at night. So this one is going to be Duality of Fear. As soon as you walk in, you can have two sides, sinister and surreal. This next scare zone on Hollywood Boulevard is going to be Demon Queens. Now, each one of the scare zones references either sinister and surreal. There is a giant prop that does go right in the middle of the street for the Demon Queens scare zone. Right now, Universal has two different tribute stores up, the Horror Nights Tribute Store and the Tribute Store Plaza. I'm not going to go through this store, but I will say right out front is a nod to Bill and Ted. Thank you, one of the coolest HHN shows of all time. If you guys didn't get to see Bill and Ted, please look up several videos. The show was just amazing. Enough said. And they do have several Bill and Ted references on the inside of this. That one is, this one says, do not open until 1985. That is for Back to the Future. And then you have the hat, and I believe this hat is Abraham Lincoln's. You have the boots for Billy the Kid. And then you have Joan of Arc's helmet right back there. Walking into the Central Park area, this is going to be the Swamp of the Undead Scare Zone. So you are supposed to be in a Louisiana swamp. Now, this does have, I believe, a low-lying fog effect. But a couple of weeks ago, there was a rainstorm, and this giant pillar fell down right in the middle of the street here. Luckily, nobody got hurt, thank God. But I am excited to see this scare zone actually put up at night with all the lighting, the effects, the scare zones. But the props in this scare zone are actually kind of darn cool, not going to lie. Here's our little friend, the turtle. Everybody does love the turtle in this scare zone. Well, yeah, me being from Louisiana myself, I do appreciate a scare zone based off of where I'm from. Pretty cool. Looks like we have somebody peeking out early just to say hello. The food booths are not open yet, but we will be trying as many bits and pieces of food and beverages throughout the entire night as we can. This one is for Triplets of Terror, so I'll give you guys a look at the menu here. Pause to read anything. That Say Cheeseburger does look pretty good. You do have a Three Daughters Brewing flight, but right across the way is the Kerry Drive-In, and this is that food booth. I'm definitely coming back for the Shirley Black. That will be one of my drinks that I'm trying tonight, and this is based off of Slaughter Cinema 2, one of my most anticipated houses of the night. And I'll talk about anticipated houses and scare zones a little bit later on. But just a look at some of the beverages. This is one big bar. I do have to say that. So this side is going to be the side that you go for the drinks. And then this side has some food to it, like the summer camp dog. And this has two different styles of walking tacos, which I'm definitely getting a walking taco tonight. So yeah, check it out. Let's talk house entrances. This is going to be the house entrance to Museum Deadly Exhibits. And it's right out here in front of Kang and Kodo's Twirl and Hurl, right by the Simpsons. Just like in the previous year for the first Slaughter Cinema, their house entrance is right out here by the bathrooms at Men in Black. The entrance for Goblin's Feast and Eternal Bloodliness is going to be right out here by Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus. So they have both of them on one little screen. Nice. Here is another bar called Want to Haunt, sponsored by Fanta or Fanta, but I think it's Fanta. Don't you wanna Fanta, not a TM. Please don't copyright me for that. So we have the Ghoul Juice, Sinister Spritz, and the Fantarita. That I think is going to be cool, but you can also mix any of your choice of liquor. Just read the liquor choices with really anything. So this is a full service bar back here. Nice. Then we do have Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus right over here. We will be checking out Nightmare Fuel. The show times for Nightmare Fuel will be 8 p.m., 9:30, 11 p.m., and 12:30. Another full service Want to Haunt bar right back there, but this is the start to the Blumhouse Scare Zone. This is going to be a little bit of a preview for Blumhouse's Wolfman film coming out January 17th. Kind of excited to see that. He looks very interesting, so I'll show you him later on tonight. But this is the start to the Blumhouse Scare Zone, featuring films such as Happy Death Day and The Purge. A little bit of Happy Death Day over there, and a little bit of The Purge all the way back there. And the biggest scare zone for this year is always in the New York section, and it is going to be Torture Fair. Now, talking most anticipated scare zones, Torture Fair is number one, and Swamp of the Undead is number two for obvious reasons. But I am very excited to see all of the different medieval torture devices, like the Blood Eagle and the Iron Bull right over here. I am super excited to see the scare zone all put together, all done. But this is also a stay and scream area. If you have a ticket into the park early, I would definitely recommend doing stay and scream. And I will show you where the entrances to the stay and scream areas will be this year. Well, one of them is going to be here in the New York area. And if you want to grab a drink early, definitely go to Finnegan's. This is the stage for Torture Fair, and they do have live executions on stage every single night. Really, really fun. And also, this is where the tribute store entrance is. So let's go inside and check out this year's tribute store. The tribute store this year does have a very industrial look to it. So let's head inside this year's tribute store. Take a look at all the fun merchandise. So there is little bits and pieces to nods of what is inside of this year's tribute store. And there is a large bat creature called Batilda. So you can see the bat is watching, and looks like somebody stole something out of this. Well, let's take a look in the first room. Okay, this reminds me of Seeds of Extinction immediately. If you've been to Horror Nights before, this definitely reminds me of Seeds of Extinction. Too much like Seeds of Extinction. They do have some weapons back here. And one of my favorites is Lucille from The Walking Dead. That's really funny to see. You can also see some plans for maybe what it would have looked like with Tiffany and Co. right back here. Oh yeah, this really, really interesting tribute store. And they are pumping smells into here, so it smells sort of musty, and it definitely smells like the inside of the Seeds of Extinction house if you've been inside Seeds of Extinction. This whole first room is all of the Ghostbusters merchandise here. So here's just a little look. There's a little bomber jacket right over here. A couple of kids merch. Some plushies. This is new. It's a little shoulder pal. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I have a big Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And I might come out getting this shirt tonight because they finally made a Mel's Die-In shirt. And it is awesome. And the Mel's Die-In shirt is going to run you $33, which is not bad. Look at some more of the merch here. That's a really cool reusable cup there. And they do have Earl's award-winning coffee beans and some stuff that people have put their faces on. Pretty fun. Going in deeper into the depths of the Studios store, not Studios store, of the Tribute store here, there's a really awesome rain effect right over here with even bats flying around. That's pretty darn cool. And this is like you're walking into one giant like neon graveyard. This sort of reminds me of the neon graveyard that they would have in Vegas. Here's where all of your glow-in-the-dark and neon merch would be. That's actually a pretty cool shirt, not gonna lie. Same thing with that Mock Stanley cup right over here. This is the Little Boo popcorn bucket. So we do have a Little Boo popcorn bucket, and this Little Boo popcorn bucket is... Hold please if I can find the price of this guy. Wow. I can't seem to get a grip on this thing. Okay, so this little guy does not have a price on it, but I will try and link the price like right down here for you guys. This room is definitely referencing also A Quiet Place. So this is the old Tribute store sign that they used to have, and they decided to put it back here. But also there's like a camp people have set up right back there. Let's see if I can turn on the flash so you can see inside. There you go. Let's take a look inside, and they're running away from the bat creature. That looks like a prop from Stranger Things last year that Dustin would have held to fight off the Demobats. A lot of Little Boo merch this year. They have definitely doubled down on the love for Little Boo. Like Little Boo sweatpants, a Little Boo shirt. I do think they have like a Little Boo spirit jersey-esque thing. This is a Little Boo sipper. It'll cost you $18 here. We've got Little Boo everywhere. So I have found the price of the popcorn bucket. It is $34 and your first fill is free. But would you look at that? They actually have one turned on. Really, really cute. A Little Boo plushie. This little guy is $30 even. And also a Little Boo backpack. This guy is $75. Wow. Some Blumhouse merchandise here, as well as some stuff that is referencing Slaughter Cinema 2. Backpacks, skateboard. And here is the shirt for this year, Where Horror Lives. So the adult one is 33 and the child's size is 33 as well, so they didn't stray away from the price. But here's a look at all of your houses. Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, A Quiet Place, Eternal Bloodliness, Insidious, The Further, Triplets of Terror, Major Sweets Candy Factory, Museum Deadly Exhibits, Goblin Feasts, Monstros, The Monsters of Latin America, and Slaughter Cinema 2. If you were also a fan of Carnival Graveyard a few years back at Halloween Horror Nights, they do have some nods to Carnival Graveyard here in this room. And as we're going down, I believe we are going into the sewers next. Oh, look at that. It's a little zombie Earl on the wall. So let's head down into the sewers. And this is where they have some of the merchandise for A Quiet Place and Insidious. There's a lot of interesting merch this year. They're selling purge masks, interesting. And here is what you're looking for in the tribute store is Batilda. And that's the whole kind of allure of the tribute store this year. Here's an Insidious shirt, Into the Further here. If you stand here long enough, you will see roaches crawling all over, and that is a really cool effect for people who are just standing here and absolutely don't know. Look at that, just roaches crawling all over you. That is such a cool effect. Here's some Quiet Place merchandise, but also here is where they have all of the really, really fun treats of the tribute store. You have a Batilda sugar cookie, Little Boo sugar cookie, some caramels and chocolates right over here, some macarons, candy corn blondie and little ghost s'more, a Black Forest trifle cake, and a cookies and cream top hat. And here are the prices of everything, so you can pause to read. Here's the merch to the Major Sweets Candy Factory. Very cool merch. Now you are in the very final room of the tribute store, and this is a broken down subway station, as you can see by the subway car. And I'm not going to lie, this room does smell like the burning of Rome in Epcot. So if you've ever been on Spaceship Earth, this is exactly what it smells like. And this is where they have some Chucky merchandise, the Chucky popcorn bucket, some more Horror Nights merch. They've got a lot more merchandise than they've had in the past years. Just a lot of different things all throughout this store. Here's more of the train. And there is... So that was the tribute store. The tribute store is definitely on my top 5 of favorite stores. Only reason being is it because it does remind me of Seeds of Extinction. I think my favorite tribute store was the very first year that they did it, when it actually was a tribute to Horror Nights. Right now, there is a lot of rain coming in. I don't know if you could see. Yeah, that's some dark clouds coming in. Just rain before the event starts, please. Just don't rain during the event. That's all I ask. Here's the entrance to Triplets of Terror and the entrance to Insidious. right out here in front of the tribute store. The entrance to Ghostbusters is right outside in front of Jimmy Fallon. Here is the row of food booths that they always have for Halloween Horror Nights. So this is the one referencing A Quiet Place. So it has In the Fog fish and chips, Forbidden Falafel, The Bride's Cake. Maybe this is not the one. I think this is for Deadly Exhibits. It is for Deadly Exhibits. My bad. Your Twisted Tater Cart, as always. And here are your food booths for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I'm coming back for that mini Stay Puft S'more because that looks so awesome. Then they have the Slimer Korean Corn Dog and the Frozen Death Chill Dog, which is very interesting. So just a little look, and they also have 2 different alcoholic beverages here. Interesting. And here's a look at the front of the food booths. Take a nice little look. I like this one because it looks like the outside of the firehouse. Fair warning, if you are visiting this event during the month of September, you will experience rain. I promise you 110% you will experience rain because you were in the height of hurricane season. Here's a look at the Insidious food booth with the red door, the eggs in the further, the last key pop, and the Veil of Shadows drink. There you go. And there's the red door. This is the entrance to A Quiet Place, right outside in front of the Insidious entrance, or the Insidious food booth here. And we have made our grand circle tour back to the very front of the park, with this being the entrance to Monstros, the monsters of Latin America. First order of business, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man S'more, coming out at $7.44 with tax. Doesn't look like the picture, didn't think it would, but you can still see the outline of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Let's give this guy a try. You guys know the drill, the one bite review. Let's see if I can get everything as one bite. Oh, you guys witnessed the fail on camera. God darn it. Okay. Let's get this guy back on the graham cracker. Let's try it. Okay. Solid. Very, very solid. Definitely messy. It's definitely a s'more. But let me tell you, this is delicious, and it will definitely hit the spot. I give this an unbiased 10 out of 10. The marshmallow is perfectly melted. The chocolate wasn't hot. The graham cracker is crispy. I do have to say it is very, very good, though. So for a very sweet treat here at Horror Nights, 10 out of 10. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man S'more. All right, so I have my sister with me tonight, but I also have the entire family.
And the other sister.
No, I have the entire family. Tell me, give me one thing. Are you excited for the Insidious house, yes or no?
No.
I know you are most afraid of Insidious. I want to get you before the house, and then I want to get you after the house, because I think you're going to feel a lot differently after.
Not enough alcohol.
There's never enough alcohol at Horror Nights, just saying. First house of the night, Insidious. If you can, get Express, because you could get through all the houses. I do recommend doing Stay and Scream. That's just me. I always do Stay and Scream at Universal. But we have got the first house of the night already checked off. Insidious. Let's do it. I'm going to say I do give the Insidious house a 10 out of 10. Because damn, that was good. It is currently raining, so it did decide to start downpouring. But immediate review of Ghostbusters, I do have to say, very fun house. If you understand the movie, you're going to understand the house. Beautiful sets, great costumes. It's the fun house of this year, so not really that scary. Insidious is still topping it for me. Third house we're hitting is A Quiet Place. Let's go. Third house, A Quiet Place, definitely has shot up to like...
It ain't no quiet place.
It isn't, but I'm going to tell you that right now. It's shot up to top 2 as of right now. The puppetry, the set pieces, the way that they perfectly told the movie in house form, absolutely amazing. So Quiet Place, number 2, Insidious, number 1 right now. And if you're a fan of the way Horror Nights does any and all puppetry, My God, the way the puppets move, every little feature and expression on their faces looks amazing. Yeah, just like that. It looks fantastic.
Bad, guys. There's blood everywhere. It's blood everywhere.
It's bad. And we have Torture Fair in full blown mode right now. Absolutely loving it. Let's go take a look at what's going to happen on the stage here for Torture Fair. The king and queen of the Torture Fair are making their first sacrifice. Woo! Yay! Amazing! We want more! Oh no! Bye bye!
No more.
Woo! We do have Torture Fair in its full as of right now. We have all the scare actors out since it has stopped raining. They are in medieval torture devices. Things are happening to them. It just looks absolutely fantastic. See if I can get you some up close of these torture devices. You saw the brazen bull, and now we are looking at the breaking wheel. This is one gory and bloody scare zone, I do have to say, and it's amazing. Let me see what you did. Oh, amazing. And here's the booth for A Quiet Place. So this is what we're looking at here. Some corn chowder, baked beans, a wooden board eclair, and that's the one that has the nail through it. And you kind of walk like through a little mini set piece to go in and get the food. And I'm just going to kind of take a look and take a peek in here, as you can see one of the creatures from A Quiet Place. Here is another one of the bars, and this is the HHN bar. So we have Ghoul Juice, which has been a staple at the event for several years, the Murderita, the Quick to Die Margarita, and then you can mix your cocktail with any of your choice of liquor. They also have the Cursed Cranberry Vodka Spritz, which I am trying, and then they even have the Lacto Cooler. So happy they brought that back. Right outside of Swamp of the Undead, they have El Mercado de los Monstros, which is the one for Monsters for Latin America. They have the Heartbeat Tostado, the Spinal Column Pinchos. I'm going to butcher these names, so I'd rather not say them. And now here's a look at Swamp of the Undead. Looking good, people. Looking fantastic. I absolutely love the way this zone looks. The creatures in this zone are amazing looking. They're incredibly interactive with guests. And the star himself of this zone, I do have to say, and he is lurking in so much fog. It is absolutely amazing, looking good. All right, here we have the Shirley Black, which is cat head vodka raspberry. Wow. Rothman and Winter Orchard cherry liqueur, tart cherry syrup, lemon juice, and then blueberry popping boba and some Sprite. So let's see how this is. Dude, this is good. And you can't taste the alcohol, which makes it dangerous. Okay, so we have the Ropa Veja Walking Taco. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that name as well. But it is a Doritos Walking Taco with beef, sour cream, lettuce, Doritos, salsa. So you know the drill. We're gonna get the one bite, and we're gonna do this like a walking taco is. Let's see if I can set this camera up right. We're gonna see if we can get one bite with the Dorito.
Really?
And you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna use a fork. Why not? We're gonna get the one bite with everything in it. Let's try it.
I mean, I'm still hungry, but I'd rather wait until I get something else.
That is good. It is $14.90, but for $14.90, it is still very, very good. So the walking taco, definitely recommend. I do have to say, after having that walking taco, it definitely hit the spot. I think the walking tacos from either last year or the year before last were better, in my opinion. That face says it all.
Don't forget, pizza fries are back.
Yes, pizza fries are always back, and they are actually right over here at the Illuminations Cafe. So if you want to get yourself some pizza fries, go right over. Cursed cranberry. Let's try this.
Smack it with a weight hammer.
Okay, that's actually really good. That is pretty good. We are in line for Museum Deadly Exhibits. I am very excited for this. Oh, it's dark. This is actually in the Simpsons line, which is so flipping strange. We are in line for Museum Deadly Exhibits, and you can finally see some of the facades that are out here that are not in sound stages. So this looks actually pretty darn cool, not gonna lie. Okay, so I do have some mixed feelings about the Museum Deadly Exhibits. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst. It's sort of right there in the middle for me. I got every single scare, but it really just wasn't that scary. I could kind of see every scare coming. So right now, that's sort of like number, I would say maybe 8 or 9 on my list of houses so far. So we're going to see what happens after we hit Slaughter Cinema 2. One of my 2 anticipated houses. Number 1 was Insidious. Number 2, Slaughter Cinema, baby! This is the facade for Slaughter Cinema 2, and it is the Cary Drive-In playing some really cool B-movies. You're going to notice some stuff from the original Slaughter Cinema in this house, as well as the new Slaughter Cinema. But this is one of my most anticipated houses. So, Slaughter Cinema 2, yes, absolute yes. That house was phenomenal. The nods to the original Slaughter Cinema were fantastic. All of the B movies were great. I love that house. So that is definitely still sitting at number 2 for me. So they built these sprung tents brand new for this year. So Eternal Bloodlines is right over here to your right, and Goblin's Feast is to your left. And I actually kind of like the facade for Goblin's Feast a lot. Eternal Bloodlines has a facade on the inside of the tent. Okay, so I just went through Goblin's Feast. Goblin's Feast is okay. Out of the 7 houses I've been in, I would kind of put Goblin's Feast maybe at number 6. I'm about to go through Eternal Bloodliness or Bloodlines. A lot of people say Bloodliness. It is Eternal Bloodlines. I do have to say that. But this house, I'm very excited for. It's another Monsters house. Just saying. I am going to settle this debate once and for all. It is Eternal Bloodlines because Saskia Van Helsing does say Bloodlines in the house. That was a good house. What they did with the massive set pieces in such a small sprung tent, which is 2 brand new sprung tents for Goblin's Feast and Eternal Bloodlines, very, very good houses. I say that Eternal Bloodlines for the set itself and the scares does sit at number 6 for me, and number 7 is still Goblin's Feast. I still have Monstros, Monsters of Latin America, Triplets of Terror, and Major Suites to go through. So I will give you my full and honest house lineup once I go through all of the 10 houses. So this is Blumhouse, but it is raining right now, so there are no scare actors out, which is incredibly, incredibly sad. But it is a very foggy scare zone, but no scare actors. So it doesn't feel as lively as it should. Now we are hitting up Major Sweets Candy Factory, which was a scare zone previously, but now they turned it into a house. Here is the facade to Major Sweets, which definitely looks like giggles and gore. We do have actors now out in Blumhouse. There is Happy Death Day. Purge right over here. Looking good. This is a very fun photo op scare zone. If you want to see your favorite characters from any Blumhouse movie, this is such a fun zone. They even have Megan out and the Grabber. So Megan is from Megan and the Grabber is from the Black Phone. There is Megan and the Grabber. I am right now in Louis. I have just finished watching Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus. Holy crap. This is one of the best iterations of Nightmare Fuel I have ever seen. Now, me being a magician, I appreciate all of the magic that they brought in. The fire, the effects, the lighting, just every single act itself. Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus is literally a 10 out of 10. Please do not miss this when you come see this event, please. After a little quick pit stop at Louis, we are heading in to Triplets of Terror. Triplets of Terror is definitely on the low end of the list for me. So we'll see once we get out. So this is house number 9, and we only have one more house, which is Monstrose, and that makes 10. And I will give my final ranking after I go through Monstrose. Honest Triplets of Terror review, that just shot down to number 9 for me. It was okay, hard to understand. The true crime podcast part was kind of cool, but it was just very all over the place, not really all put together. So Triplets of Terror is definitely number 9 for me right now. We're about to hit Monstrose, so maybe that'll skyrocket it above. Who knows? But right now, Triplets of Terror, number 9. Last but certainly not least, Monstrose, the Monsters of Latin America. All right, I am back home. I am showered. It's only like midnight. I decided not to stay until 2 a.m. because I got all the houses I needed to get done. Here is my final HHN ranking as far as houses. I didn't really get to see all the scare zones in full, so let's go from top to bottom and let's see if I can remember all of these houses. Number 1, definitely Insidious, because it got me twice. It was a good house. Number 2 has to be Slaughter Cinema, just for the nostalgia, the fact that it references all of the old Cary, Ohio lore and some of the original Slaughter Cinema. Number 2 was A Quiet Place, because it closely referenced the movies and the puppetry was just absolutely phenomenal. Number 4, I would have to put, oh gosh, it was Eternal Bloodlines at number 4, because the sets for what they did in such a small place and a small tent was great. Number 5 was Ghostbusters, because it's Ghostbusters and the sets were fantastic. I haven't seen Afterlife, I haven't seen Frozen Empire. It's Frozen Empire, but it was still such a good house. Number 6, I would have to put. Ooh, see, that one's hard for me. I would have to put Monstrose at number 6. The scares were great. The puppets were fantastic. I think I'm just really desensitized to the event now. Very few houses and very few scares get me. Number 7 would have to be Deadly Exhibits. Number 8 would have to be. I'm just trying to go down the line. Goblin's Feast. Number 9 was Major Sweets, and number 10 was Triplets of Terror. So that is my full ranking as of right now. I am going back again on Friday, so I can give you another ranking. I'm sure it's not really going to change much. The ranking on the scare zones is going to come again on Friday because, like I said, I didn't get to see much of the scare zones. But for what I saw right now, Torture Fair is number 1, Swamp of the Undead's number 2. I didn't really get to see Blumhouse, so I'll kind of put that at 3 and 4.
and I didn't get to see Demon Queens at all. So that one right now is at number 5. But if you guys enjoyed this content, you want to see more videos just like this, more food reviews, reviews of awesome events here in Florida, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, and follow me on social media at magical.memories.travel. Bye now.